What's up, everyone? If you have ever wondered what your audience is truly into, what are they interacting with on Facebook, what kind of content do they like, what should you be creating for them, this is the video for you. Today we are going to be using a tool called Facebook Audience Insights. This tool is absolutely amazing. You can find some really cool information, so be sure to stick around. If you want more content like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe and the bell so you can be notified every time a new video comes out. Let's get right to it. So when you come to Facebook Audience Insights, the first thing you're going to do is choose between whether you want to start with everyone on Facebook or people connected to your page. Everyone on Facebook takes information from all of the users on Facebook, and people connected to your page will have to be connected to one of the pages on your Facebook Business Manager. So I always start with everyone on Facebook. If I want to just do people connected to my page, that is an option later on. So I always suggest just starting with everyone on Facebook. Now you can see that there is an option to choose your locations. If you are based in the US, they're always going to start it with everyone in the United States. And then there are a few other things that you should take note of. The first is that there is an audience ticker. There is an estimated audience size, and this will update as you change different filters. As you add things on the left-hand side here, you will start to get new numbers for your audience. This is going to be really important in a minute, so we'll come back to that. Then you get information on demographics, so gender, relationship status, education level, and job title. So all of these can be important, but the real fun happens in the page like section, because this is where we really start to get an understanding of our audience, maybe what kind of content they like, definitely what brands they resonate with, and perhaps targeting options in the future. Then you can see location, so where they are, and another fun section is the activity. So this tells you what kind of activities they do on Facebook, whether or not they're interacting with ads, which is something that's always really nice to know. And then how they interact in general. Do they like things? Do they share things? Do they comment? Again, really good information to know. And it gives you some more information based on what kind of devices they're accessing Facebook through. Again, this can be used for a content or a targeting perspective for ads, because you want to know what devices people are using, because that can affect whether or not they're going to be making purchases right away. So let's start to have a little bit of fun. I'm going to keep it to all of the United States, and I'm going to pretend that I am opening a pizza shop. So I'm going to come down to interests, and I could just put pizza in here, but that's really going to still give me a very large audience. So we can see between 50 million and 60 million people, but we'll also see, again, demographics. We see everything's about on par. The only thing is that generally people are a little bit older than all of Facebook. You can see that they're more likely to not be single, probably because a single person isn't going to eat a whole pizza unless they do. Some of us may have done that before. And they have a little less education. We also see what kind of jobs they have. So they work in food, maybe sales, admin. I don't usually use the job title section too often. It really depends on what you are collecting this information for. If you're going to be collecting it for ads and whether or not you've got a viable audience in front of you, this might be a good section. I just don't trust that people are keeping their jobs updated on Facebook, so I generally skip over this section. But something fun is to, again, look at these page likes. So people that like pizza, their number one thing that they like apparently is women clothing stores. But then we can see their favorite pizza place is Pizza Hut. Good to keep in mind. They like Betty Crocker and Oreo. So they also like sweets. Pillsbury, 12 tomatoes. Not sure what that is. I'm going to open that in a new tab. We'll come back to it. Groupon, so they like a deal. Red Lobster, Paula Deen. Man, this is all food related stuff. Coca-Cola, all recipes. So they like to cook. Olive Garden, and then Planet Fitness at the bottom there. Man. Okay, so let's go to 12 tomatoes because I just want to know what this is. So these are recipes as well. So we know that these people like to cook, and they like to get recipes. And again, we can see all this information down here as well. So they're like 22 times more likely to like Big Lots. Again, makes me think of like the discount type couponing sale type people. This can be really, really good because it lets us know like maybe these people are going to value a deal. We might use the offers on Facebook the same way that Groupon has offers. So this can really help, again, kind of determine what kind of content we're going to be creating. So now what I want to do though is I want to go through, so like let's go through all of the recipe ones. This could be fun content to create. Like if you could, make any pizza you could, what are the 5 toppings you would choose? Or what do you think is in the dough? Or something like that, where you have people interact with you to get more engagement. So I'm opening up all of the recipe related pages. So here are all the recipe pages. So we see really clean, crisp photographs. They have their recipes on here. Can you even call yourself a German if you've never had one of these? One of the best recipes to come out of great grandma's selection. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going through all of these and I'm gonna go, what is getting the most engagement? So 13 shares, 13 likes, that's all right. They have over 8 million followers though, so I'm not gonna call that a big win for them. 37 comments, 24 shares, 39 engagements. Let's see what the comments are. They're excellent, but not easy to make. Okay, so some interesting things here. Grab a box of German chocolate cake mix for these knock you naked brownies, but you won't be following the directions. So a lot of people are really interested in this. This has the most engagement by far, 67 shares. People like their sweets. We do know when we looked at the audience insights, Oreo and Betty Crocker were 2 of the favorites, so not very surprising that they interacted with this. They like their sweets. So maybe we highlight our desserts. Again, another winner, a lot of shares, comments, and interactions. So this is showing how they make something. It's a quick video, about 90 seconds, and there's a link to the recipe. So I think video might be the way to go, especially kind of like a how to follow along. So they post a lot, like a lot. Because all of this was in the last 3 hours. Okay, so, but again, I think that video was the best performing. Let's go to Betty Crocker and see if we can find any patterns. So this was a straight link, did not perform well. Again, they have 5 million page likes, so we'll see. Sandwiches, so they're posting just links, it looks like. They're not posting near as much. Shrimp pasta, people liked that. Okay, so then they've got a rich carousel here, and these tend to do better. But even still, the video performed the best. So again, as a pizza shop, you might show yourself making pizzas. And maybe you share some recipes. Maybe not of like your pizzas that you're selling all the time. So you can kind of see how you would use this to generate ideas for content. We know that high quality images did all right. Generally, things around sweets did really well, and those videos really performed well. Now, if we wanted to take this a step deeper, we could do Pizza Hut, because we know that's a store, obviously. Oh, this is employers. I will say, Facebook Audience Insights isn't necessarily the easiest thing to use because there's still some glitches in it. I don't think they take a lot of care of Facebook Audience Insights, but it is a tool that's just fantastic. Okay, so if we've typed in Pizza Hut, we can see that we're narrowing in on our audience. So we know that these are people that buy pizza, right, out, and 9 to 10 million people. So if you were like in a specific state, so if you're in Kansas, that's where I am. I'm gonna do Kansas, and then we go down to 100 to 150,000, and we can see the people again that are really interested in pizza, buying pizza. You can see that they like the zoo, a lot of things with zoos. So Tanganyika is a wildlife park. Then we have Sedgwick County Zoo and Kansas City Zoo. They like entertainment. So we've got the drive-in, a music venue, and 2 sports stadiums where they do a lot of music as well. So if, for instance, in the future we wanted to do some sort of giveaway, I'm sure that one of the things that would perform really well is giving away concert tickets in the future, obviously not in the middle of a pandemic. They also like the state fair. This is starting to tell me like maybe they have kids, because we've got the drive-in, we've got the zoo, we've got all sorts of things. If we come to the demographics, we can see that they are very likely to be married. So makes perfect sense. We can also see that some of these people work in the military, farming, fishing, and forestry. Not sure what that means. So I would look at these and go, okay, what does the Kansas State Fair? Again, we're doing a lot of the what does the Kansas State Fair do? What does Starlight do? The cotillion, and see what content works for them, because we can assume that since we have the same audience, the content that performs well for them is going to be content that is probably going to perform well for us as well. We know they like animals. Maybe we throw in more animals in our content. You know, maybe we throw in musicians. Oh, love the gorillas. So going through all of this content again is going to just show us what do people like. They're hosting a virtual cocktail hour. We see that there were 33 people interested in that. I would go through the events and see if events are something people like. Again, we see really good interaction on a video, but not near as much as we did for this. Which is a birthday thing, not sure. So let's pretend we went through all those other ones. We're not gonna go through them right now. The other thing that I wanna look at really quickly though is, so we know we're a pizza shop, we know what kind of content we should create to put on our regular feed. Now, if we wanted to look at this from a paid point of view, we could go to activity and see whether or not these people are clicking ads. And it looks like by far they are. They're also really likely to comment on a page post. They're likely to like a page and to like posts, and they generally are on a mobile device. So we have to keep that in mind. So if we are going to have them order, we need to make sure that our website is mobile friendly, because that's going to be where we're reaching these people. We also are good to start running ads. So if we go to one of these pages, so we're just on the zoo, I'll stay here. If you scroll down on the left hand side, you can go to page transparency. In here you can see if they're running any ads. It looks like they're not running ads, but if they've run any ads in the last 90 days, it'll show up here. Looks like it has not. So let's keep going. A lot of these places probably haven't run ads recently, but we're just gonna see if we can find anyone really quick. So we can see Tanganyika is running ads, and we can see what ads they have run. So a lot of little kids petting animals, and it looks like they're advertising birthday party. As a pizza place, we can have birthday parties for kiddos. They also are advertising weddings, so they are an event venue as well. They also have a meet and greet here. So if I look at this, see ad details, I can come in here and see what these ads look like and where they're running them. So it's on Instagram and Facebook. We could do the same thing for like Pizza Hut. So we could see what is Pizza Hut running. We can look at all their different franchises, but I'm just gonna do this one. And we can see a lot of this is deal based. We knew that because we saw that there was Big Lots and there was Groupon inside of some of their favorite pages. If you have any more questions, be sure to leave them in the comments. I would be happy to answer them for you. Also, if you have any ideas of something else that you would like a tutorial for, feel free to leave those in the comments as well. Just remember that Audience Insights can be an amazing tool no matter what industry you are in. It might take a little playing with, but you can definitely get the information that you are looking for, whether it's for organic or paid Facebook. Thanks for sticking around. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll see you next time.